And what made Arsenal's performance to go down? Or do we have the mentality of a champion? In the midfield, we were lacking. Is Arteta still experimenting something in this Arsenal squad? Is he still in the preseason? Is still trying to show us something that is good in this Arsenal squad? Is he working on lifting the Premier League title, or is still learning or giving us examples about the team? Just quite all right, last year they were predictable. Now, this year, he has planned to be unpredictable. Now, is this the way is going to be unpredictable? Look at yesterday's system. Look at how they played. Look at how they were moving. Guys, welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about 5 things that we learned in that game that we had against Nottingham Forest. If you are new, please kindly subscribe. Click on the notification button for you to get all my latest videos. Please like the video and share. Let's dive into the video. I was asking a question to say, did you see the system that Mikel Arteta tried to portray in that Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest? If you really remember what really happened in the ending of last season, the same system which Mikel Arteta played against Forest this season, that's the same system he played last season. You remember? Do you remember that? Thomas Partey had to play as a right back. Right back. He was the right back. Even in this game that we had, he was the inverted right back who was coming to the midfield. Jurriën Timber was set on that position, left back. He was not inverting. He was told not to invert. But Thomas Partey was the one who was inverting. Is this a good system? That's the first point that I can say, or one thing that we learned in that squad system. Is this the new formation that Mikel Arteta is trying to put? Was that system fluent? I can say yes, quite right. They were fluent in the first half, but in the second half, they started declining. And this leads to second thing that we learned in that game: declining or collapsing. The momentum of the players, they started collapsing. The only person who brought the high intensive playing style was Trossard. And I don't know why this guy keeps on being on the bench. Somebody yesterday, I tweeted I posted something on YouTube on my community. I was saying that why did Mikel Arteta leave Trossard on the bench? Why did he do that? And somebody commented to say, Trossard is always good coming off from the bench. That's what he said. But if you remember last time when Trossard was at Brighton, this guy was starting games week and week out, and he was still producing for Brighton. He was still scoring goals for Brighton. And somebody had to comment on my post like that to say is a good person coming off from the bench. No, guys, that's not correct. That's not correct. Look at Havertz. Look at Havertz. Yes, quite right. Havertz had a good game. He had a good game, more especially in the second half. He started having chance after they withdrew this guy, Edin Ketia. So the momentum in this game started collapsing. That's why this forest, they started attacking and they scored that goal. Let's go to the third thing that we learned in that game. Weakness of the system. Weakness of the system. The system that Mikel Arteta had a weak link. That's why this number 9 striker scored against us. Thomas Partey was moving from the right back coming into the midfield. At the back, there was Saliba and Ben White. There were two centre back there. Now, this Forest, when Anton Elanga was brought in, Anton Elanga started using the same link where Thomas Partey was, which is the right back. Whenever they are having the ball, they started using that route. They stopped using the midfield. They really knew that if we go into the midfield, we are not going to penetrate the midfield. So let's use this route. And that's how they scored that goal. So that's the bad side of that system. I'll be happy if they're going to learn about that system. Look at last year. Everyone knew how we were moving. Like that's why Mikel Arteta said we were predictable how we were going to move. If the ball comes from this guy, it will go to Martinelli, from Martinelli, Odegaard to Saka. Saka scores. This is how we were moving. So they really knew how we were moving. Now, he wants to be unpredictable. Fourth thing that we learned in that game was that why is my team, Arsenal Football Club, they are failing to kill the game? What am I trying to talk about? Why? Even last season, I saw this problem. Why are we failing to kill the game? Why are we failing to score many goals? Yes, somebody can tell me to say, oh, we have 3 points, we've scored so many goals, we've done this. But to tell you the truth, we didn't score a lot of goals to kill that game. If in the Premier League, when you score 2 goals, those 2 goals, they are nothing. Unless you score 3 or 4. And Nottingham Forest is not a team where you're going to score 2 goals. These kind of teams, you need to be scoring many, many goals to kill the game. We would have finished that game off. Yes, quite right. I really loved the movement, the worst, but we did not have enough chances, shots on target. When you have less shots on target, you have less goals. That's why we did not score many goals in that game. We need to be killing the game. That's all. We need to kill the game. And the fifth thing, let's talk about Havertz. Before I say what I think, guys, let me know your thought. What do you think? What do you think about Havertz against that game he had against Nottingham Forest? What do you think about that game? Was that a good game for him? Was a good debut for him? Or because I've seen online a lot of people, they are talking a lot of shits about this guy, a lot of bad things about this guy. They are saying Chelsea reject. But quite right, one thing that I really loved about Havertz in that game, he was good holding the ball. And he was good winning the ball. Let me know what you're thinking. Excuse me. Let me know. Because what I think is that he had a good game. So let me know your thought. Remember to subscribe, click on the notification button for you to get all my latest videos.